Yo. Good evening, guys. Welcome to the channel. What's good in the hood? Welcome to Danny AFC TV. Yes, World Cup 2022 has kicked off. It's no longer upon us. Yes, this weird um, November stroke December World Cup is up and running. And as of tomorrow, as I've been saying, you will be getting your daily World Cup video. Plus your game of the day from Danny AFC TV. Tomorrow, I will cover two games. There's a reason for this. There's a bombshell. I will not be able to cover France versus whoever they're playing on Tuesday. As, like a fast ass, for one reason or another, I decided to get myself a ticket for Stevenage versus Arsenal on the 21s. So if Enwari was not to be playing, yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be absolutely super pissed. I hope to see a couple of the boys sort of knocking around near the first team, whoever's left, whether it's Anwari's, Matt Smith's. I don't really care. Let me just see something tomorrow. Let me see someone from the academy. Sorry, not tomorrow, on Tuesday. Stevenage versus Arsenal. So I'm gonna miss France. I don't believe it. I'm gonna miss the France game. So, real ones, you're going to have to keep in contact with me live when I'm at the stadium. You know what stadiums are like, so I probably won't be able to record from the Stevenage Stadium. Shouts out Lee Akers is the first one in the building. Shouts out to you. Oh, you. Don't. Almost closed the screen. This Apple's still way too sensitive. Shouts out to Lee Akers. What's good, my brother? Yeah, so I won't be able to cover. So I'm going to do two games tomorrow. So obviously, clearly, about 1 p.m., guys, we will have England versus Iran. So Lee, all the real ones, do try and get a like on the video tomorrow. I will cover England versus Iran. That's 100%. Let's see what kind of team Gareth Southgate goes with. Let's see if he does go with 5 at the back against Iran. If he goes 5 at the back against Iran, guys, this is what I mean about England. So we shall see. Let's give England, let's give Gareth Southgate at this moment the benefit of the doubt. But if I start seeing 5 at the back against Iran, and there's so many attacking midfielders in the squad and so many wingers in the squad, it just won't ring right to me. Do you know what I mean? The only thing that's a cert right now is Harry Kane's up front and probably Pickford's in goal. And Maguire plays, of course. And probably Mount, which I don't get. But again, that's going to be for tomorrow, guys. Tonight, shout out to the real ones. Please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. So tomorrow I'll be covering England versus Iran, and then I'll make my choice if I want an afternoon break, because the afternoon game I do believe is Holland versus Senegal, or if I'll cover Wales versus USA in the evening. In fact, guys, Lee Akers, real ones, who should I cover tomorrow? Should I cover basically two games off, one after the other? Should I go England, Iran, then Senegal, Holland? Or do I go England, Iran, and then wait a couple of hours and then go Wales versus USA with my World Cup video, guys? So that could be free downloads from Danny AFC TV tomorrow. I did say I would go crazy into this World Cup. Right, Lee Akers is with me. Who else is with us? General Arsenal news. Now, stories from last night. I know people like Lee Akers weren't in the building. Has anyone read into the Thierry Henry sort of interview comments that he made that basically it's not a secret that Christopher Nkunku has got a £48 million release clause at the end of the season? And then all the talk on Sky Sports News and everywhere else is that Chelsea have pretty much wrapped this up for about 59.60. So basically they've had to pay about an £11 million premium to get this guy in a little bit quicker. Lee Akers, we know, I think a lot of us are pretty much sold on Mikhailo Mudryk. I know I am. What's your thoughts on Christopher Nkunku? If we could only have one signing in January, would you try and get Christopher Nkunku? I know, like Hazel was messaging me basically saying, Christopher Nkunku is injured. He's at the World Cup. It depends. It's how long it's for, but I'm sure it isn't a long injury. I don't really know, but I'm just guessing. But would Christopher Nkunku be on any of you gooners' minds? He is more of a striker, but I do think this boy has got the capacity to play left or right wing. I do think Christopher Nkunku could probably play anywhere in the three, even though he probably is more of a central striker. So that was yesterday's news. Thierry Henry basically saying it would be criminal for Arsenal to allow Chelsea to steal a march on them and get this guy. Thierry Henry reckons it's an absolute snip at £60 million. And if Arsenal want to win the league, you know what I mean? They've got to give Gabriel Jesus, even though he didn't say it in so many words, but they've got to give Gabriel Jesus a kick up his arse, and a decent signing should follow to challenge him. Now, I couldn't agree more. Shout out to Linda. Good evening. What's good? I think we should go for him if we seriously believe he's going to be the right fit. Well, he's young, bruvs. He's young, French striker, doing well in Germany. We know as much as each other, Lee. It's just if we think if he can transfer that form into Premier League football. I think he's been decent in the Premier League. Here's something that could be key, though. I'm not sure of his international record. Christopher Nkunku, France caps, goals.
I don't seem to have caps for Christopher Nkunku.
What do you mean you don't have caps? I didn't ask if he's wearing flipping New Era, bro. Someone else find out. Where's Manny when you need him? I don't know. What's Christopher Nkunku's international record? I'm going to check it. Boom, 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 boom. Nkunku. Fuck, I'll have to spell his right name. Right, his name right first, isn't it? International records. National records. So sorry, people jumping in. This is something you'll imagine. I'll check before. Bundesliga, Champions League, right. He has played 6, 12, 24. He's played 31 games in the Champions League. 7, 8. And he's got 11 goals. So that's, let me do that again. 10, 16. He's played about 30 games, 11 goals, Champions League, Europa League. It hasn't done international, which I asked for. You bastards. Boom, matches, stats. It's only giving me Bundesliga. I wonder what his international record is. But anyone, he is in the building. Would anyone try and make Christopher Nkunku your go-to striker, provided he ain't out for too long? We know he's out of the World Cup. Thierry Henry was speaking about this, and it is going around in this interview saying he reckons it will be criminal for Arsenal, especially if they want to win the league. He feels Gabriel Jesus obviously needs a bit of a nudge in scoring goals. I think it could be interesting. Let's start with the title as well. Well, not start. Let's go into the title of the show. Saliba's friend. So there's a lot of stories already breaking from France all over the place. So Saliba has said to someone in someone's ear, we know it's World Cup time and a lot of devious things happen and a lot of things can get misread and said, etc. Now, Saliba's friend has basically said, ain't it astonishing? He is actually Arsenal's lowest paid player, first team wise. I've looked this up. I've Googled it. I've went transfer.com. I've went everywhere I can look. It is actually, in fact, correct. Saliba is the lowest paid footballer at Arsenal Football Club on £40,000 a week. So it's come from his friend, isn't it? Astonishing. Saliba's on 40 grand a week. Then there's obviously some misdevious agent bits coming in. PSG have been linked with him. 18 months is on Saliba's contract, and they're obviously watching the situation. Now, Saliba now somewhere along the line is alleged. Saliba has come out and said it would be an honour. Clearly, one day he is French, he is Parisian, whatever. And they said they're only going to sign Parisian players from now on. No more stars and Galacticos, etc., whatever. So basically, Saliba and PSG looks like one day this is going to happen. But I think it could be also his agent looking to get him Ben White money. He earns 40 grand a week. Obviously, his agent and William Saliba himself feels he must deserve Ben White money, 140, 150 grand a week. And why the damn not? Do you know what I mean? Now, here's another one that's going around again. We've spoke about it before. Jack Grealish is not meeting Pep Guardiola's targets. Now, this sounds like a certain Emile Smith-Rowe from about a year ago. With a certain Mikel Arteta. Now, Jack Grealish, Ryan could be on the wall. Rumours are he will be available at the end of the season for 65 million. Arsenal, of course, have been linked to the player already. I've mentioned him a couple of times. Let's do it 3 days in a row. Faris Chabi. He has been likened to Riyad Mahrez. He's Algerian. He's 19. He plays for Toulouse in France. Arsenal have been said to be lining up a January move for the young talent. He's Algerian, he's 19. His name is Fares Chabi, I think, and he's been very much likened to Riyad Mahrez, and I don't think it's just their nationality. Arsenal and Newcastle will step up their interest for Marcus Thuram. Now, the fee is under £9 million, £8.7 million, allegedly again. Borussia Mönchengladbach, I've said they will accept. They know he's not signed a new deal. They know he wants to go to the Premier League, and they'll rather cut their losses in January rather than get no fee. And I think that's very sensible. £8.7 million for Lilian Thuram's son, Marcus Thuram. Guys, is anyone subscribing to that? Linda Bleakers, do let me know. £150,000 a week. Depay to Arsenal. Allegedly, this is now the talk. He wants 150 grand a week to come to the Premier League on a 2-year deal. Arsenal, West Ham, Villa, etc. have all been linked. Guys, I'll get into the comments any minute. Obviously, yes, again, Mudrak. We all know the score. Mudrak is our main target, allegedly, in the January window, £52 million. Martinelli and Saka, me and Yui have spoke about this again and again. We know the contracts are done. William Saliba, where is his new contract? I wonder. Arsenal will go to £18 million for Danilo. Now, I said yesterday, Arsenal, in fact, have had a £12 million offer for the Palmeiras midfielder, 21, the young Brazilian. They've had a £12 million offer rejected. Palmeiras say they want £20 million. Word is today is Arsenal will go top whack to £18 million for the Palmeiras midfielder Danilo. Man United offer £50,000 a week to their new left winger, Alejandro Gamacho. Word is Arsenal and Chelsea are watching the developments very closely. There's been all talks about this kid that he's got an attitude problem, that Man United will offer him a contract, Man United won't offer him a contract. From what I have seen of Alejandro Gamacho is he scored a couple of vital goals. I wondered who he was when I first see his little face coming in. I think he's Uruguayan. He's obviously, Argentinian, clearly, sorry. Possibly, not doing a WB one there. He went breath. But yeah, interesting. Alejandro Gamacho has been linked with Arsenal and Chelsea. And word is, for whatever reason, Arsenal could be his preferred destination. But that is obviously probably all sorts of just newspaper and internet talk combined. But the guy's got a contract, sorry, just to close on him. Alejandro Gamacho has got a contract to 225 and so far has refused any new deal. He's on £5,000 a week at Old Trafford, and allegedly there is already a £50,000 offer sitting on his agent's table. AFC linked to Tammy. Arsenal, yes, I linked to Tammy Abraham. He's going to be a surplus to requirements in Roma soon because I can't remember what was the little geezer they got from Roma on a free transfer. They signed a couple of strikers in the summer. Mourinho obviously didn't trust in him, innit? Trust in Tammy, eh? Denzel Dumfries is still being linked to a £35 million move to Arsenal and Chelsea. London is the way forward. Guys, someone else told me today, Dan, trust me, it's a £100 million spree in January. Arsenal are going for the league, and I can promise you it's a right back, a central midfielder, and a winger they're going for. Right back is needed, but what happens to Ben White? What about Tommy Yasu? I'm sure it's probably just wrong information. Dan, I promise you, it's a right back, a central midfielder, and a winger is the priority. Shouts out to my boy on that one. And Robert Renan, I did discuss this guy last night also. He's 19. He's in talks of over with his club trying to lower, his release clause, which is £44 million. But he's 19. He's a young French left-footed centre-back. He plays for Corinthians, and he's looking pretty much the go-to guy in France as centre-backs, in Brazil, for young centre-backs. Robert Renan, Corinthians central defender, left-footed, linked with a £20 million move to Arsenal. Now, let's jump into the comments, guys. Obviously, I'll get into the transfer news again in a little while. We'll talk a little bit of World Cup. We'll get into the comments. Which game am I going to cover tomorrow, guys? We know I'm going to cover England around about 1 p.m. Then shall I take a break and just chill with the Holland-Senegal game and come back for Wales-USA? Or shall I cover Holland and Senegal? Please let me know in the chats, guys. I reckon Tony gets got for Qatar. They're dead. Do you think Lokonga played in their team today? What about Lokonga? Lokonga could have got a run out for Qatar today, innit? Yes, Agent Hakimi messaged me as well. I haven't seen this. Don't know where this one is broke from. But then again, I haven't been chasing England news today. I've been kind of bang on this William Saliba's friend. 40,000 a week, lowest paid player at Arsenal, blah, 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 blah. Equals he should be on about 150, 160, 170. He ain't a striker, though. He's an inside forward like him. Who are we talking about? Are we talking about Xabi? Faris? Is Lacazette playing? No, Lacazette didn't get called up, and they've got 2 strikers out now. Marcus Thuram is not in that French team, is he? Or is he? Saliba just wants to secure the bag. I reckon he'll go PSG in maybe 3-4 years. What a shame, though, guys. We should be strapping him down to a 6 and 7 year deals and telling him Arsenal's the way forward. You're going to win everything here. You're going to win Premier Leagues. You're going to win Champions League. Do you know what I mean? Think about PSG when you're 28, 29, bro. So there's no need to rush this here. Nkunku is the inside forward. Exactly. This is why you don't have to necessarily do both Mikhailo Mudryk and Nkunku in January. You could do one or the other. I think Nkunku could find. Listen, I swear every time I see Nkunku before he went to Germany, he used to play left wing. Now I don't want to swear this down, but I'm sure I used to watch Christopher Nkunku and he was a left winger. At the time, Emre wanted to bring him to Arsenal. He was a left winger, man. I swear that down. So yeah, good shouts. Shouts out to you, UE. Shouts out to everyone on the stream. UE, Lee Akers, Linda, Cam's in the building. UE, I've already said UE. Hazard's in the building. Let me speed up into these comments, guys. Can't see us going for the pie. Doesn't fit the Lego man profile. And no resale. Most definitely. And 1 minute it says Barcelona are going to give him up for free, and then the next minute they want £14 million from prospective buyers. So I wouldn't want him for 14 million. I was thinking this a couple of days ago when I was thinking of the pie as well. I was believing that Barcelona were giving him up just to get him off the wage bill. I'll take him on a free. Depay or Zaha, Yui? Who would you take? Depay or Zaha? Both frees. If they didn't cost you nothing, who would you take? Both around the same age. Same to everyone, sorry, but just what I throw out at Yui. Thought Depay was a waste at Man United. If we got him, could you train that one over United? Yeah, most definitely. I think he's since Man United. Then again, has he become a better player? Nah, I don't like him. You're right. Good evening, Mr. Cam. Good evening, and how are you? We got Cam, mate. How you doing, Lee? Good on you, brother. Also, we'll be back in January. I reckon he's playing for his career. So do I, bruvs. And another player playing for his career, I'm afraid to say, whether we love the comment or hate it, I reckon KT is another player playing for his Arsenal career. Massive shouts out to you, UE. Obviously, it's a ballsy comment to say because I know a couple of people have looked at me with, or sort of put it in the comments with shock and horror. How would you ever say we could sell the Halen boy or whatever? Or I'm just saying, if the club received good money for Emile Smith-Rowe, I think the club would find it hard to turn down with Odegaard as their main number 10 and as their captain, with Fabio Vieira one of these days hopefully coming through and looking like a decent player. And if we was to offer Charlie Patino a new deal, he's a never kind of player. The guy that's on loan at Blackpool, obviously. Or, again, Barcelona are allegedly interested in him. So are Borussia Dortmund and Borussia Mönchengladbach. It sounds like a very... Yeah, German teams love a free transfer, especially from England. And I could see Charlie Patino probably trying something abroad. He seems like quite an adventurous kid. He's at Blackpool now. He's doing well. But if he was, let me just stop the chat. If he was to be signing a new deal, Charlie Patino, that would be another attacking midfielder, number 10, which would, again, squeeze out the minutes for Emile Smith-Rowe's and Fabio Vieira's, as Odegaard will be the main guy taking that position. I suppose in that respect and aspect, you can't keep every player happy. Charlie Patino, again, we're looking January. He's got months left on his deal. He can negotiate with a foreign team in January. So he's down to the last 6 months of his Arsenal deal. I'm wondering why there's no offer. He's obviously probably playing for his Arsenal future, but not Arsenal right now at Blackpool. Shouts out to you, UE. My brother, what's good? Hazard K, what's good? Let us know what you're thinking, Haz. Emil's captain. Are you keeping up? Are you keeping up with the cons, bro? Are you keeping up with the cons, bro? I love it. Okay, good evening, Linda. Are you covering the France game? Yeah, you're funny, ain't you? You've obviously heard me at the start. No, I'm not covering the France game because, like a fast ass, I bought a ticket to Stevenage versus Arsenal under 21s, and that kicks off at 7 p.m. And as far as I know, France kicks off at 7 p.m. Ha 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 ha. Don't worry, William Saliba is going to win the World Cup. I have plenty of opportunity to watch France. Yeah, UE. I speak to Hazard regularly. That's fucking fantastic. I need to go and remind myself what he said. Excellent. I speak to Hazard every day. Absolutely. Good evening. One of them cuckoo. when he was the gaffer. Yes, I've just said that. Probably you've said that at the exact same time as I was ranting about it. He certainly did. And for me, he was a left winger around them times when Arsenal and Emre and Good Evening could have in fact got him for £13 million. Now it's going to cost slightly more than £13 million. Point being though, guys, would anyone take Christopher Nkunku for around the Mikhailo Mudryk money? A bit more possibly. 58 mil is being sort of banded around for Mikhailo Mudryk. Well, it's around the same money. 60 million for this guy because he's got a 40. Yes, I'm taking a quick commercial ad. He's got a £48 million release clause at the end of the season. So at the end of the evening, guys, yeah, if they want to make an extra £12 million and they're 48, about £60 million, yeah, RB let him go now. So it depends what their position is in the league title. I don't know, Champions League, etc. But word is they're willing to do the deal. They're resigned to losing the footballer. So yeah, they're going to get him out at slightly more money because it's 48 million apparently at the end of the season. Is Arsenal, would they be wise to wait to the end of the season, or will Chelsea, like Thierry Henry says, just snap up the deal for the young French international playing in the Bundesliga? Or would you all still just keep all your eggs in the Mikhailo Mudryk basket and keep our thoughts with Mikhailo Mudryk? Now, guys, please begin the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new, as experiments continue down your AFC TV. Never smoked in my life, people. Ever. Don't know what you're talking about. Picking up Hazard. Hazard, have you dropped the tags, tap. Have you dropped the soap? I'm good, Danny Frank. What is good with everyone? Right, not sure. The pie crosses like Lego Man wants us to. Yeah, that's it. Mudryk can play Odegaard role. Mudryk and Nkunku can press on either flank. So I say bring in both of them, and you've got a right sensible chance of winning the league. I think that. I know it's not Championship Manager or Football Manager, as I think Hazard was sort of slightly digging out on the group a few days ago. But yeah, I get it. But wouldn't Arsenal winning the league pay for itself, even if we had to spend £120 million on two footballers, guys? Mikhailo Mudryk, Christopher Nkunku. If they both come to Arsenal from January and we're 5 points clear, yeah? So let's say we've got to get through the West Ham game without the two boys. Let's say we get it done early January as well. Let's look realistically. So Arsenal, as soon as after the World Cup gets back into swing, we have got we've got Lyon, we've got AC Milan very soon. I'll check them fixtures in a second. But after the World Cup, we have got West Ham, 26th of December. And then the 31st of December is Brighton. We should all be smashing down the door for Mikhailo Mudryk and Christopher Nkunku. Now it's home to Newcastle, the 3rd of January. We all know this is a difficult game. This is Eddie Howe. Eddie Howe, whether he gets anyone in January or that quick in January by the 3rd, I doubt it. I don't think anyone can have players in by the 3rd of January signed and ready to play. But Newcastle, if they drop their interest and sort of slightly lower their bar, because they're looking at Mikhailo Mudryk, David, the little striker who plays for Canada. He's going to be playing for Canada at the World Cup. Interesting to get a little look at him, I suppose. But Newcastle, they're in a similar position to Arsenal. If they sign two very good footballers, I think they've got a damn good chance of making top 4. If Arsenal sign two really good footballers, I think we've got a damn good chance of winning the league. We're 5 points clear. So back to it. It's home to West Ham, away to Brighton, then home to Newcastle, then away to Tottenham. That is on the 15th of January. Now, the 15th of January, I'd like to think Arsenal would be securing the signatures of these two signings. And hopefully, I don't know, it'd be very nice to think by halfway through the window, we could have both, if we was to sign two players, that is, I'm saying, we could have both of these people in, at least on the bench, for away at White Hart Lane. Wouldn't it be lovely to have a Christopher Nkunku and a Mikhailo Mudryk to bring off the bench at White Hart Lane on the 15th of January against Tottenham? Whether we're 1-0 up or 2-1 down, whatever, wouldn't it be lovely to bring these players on? Now, come on, you Gunners. Shouts out to all the real ones. Do be subscribing if you is new. Sorry, I was just looking at something on the group. Literally just disturbed what I was looking at. So anyway, let's look at this. It is pretty much into the thick and fast and the fun of things. Listen, guys, December the 26th, home to West Ham, who have been rocking, away to Brighton on the 31st of December. Then it is Newcastle on the 3rd of January. On the 15th of January, away to Tottenham. And on the 22nd of January, it is home to Manchester United. Guys, please be in the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. Do you see what I mean? As soon as we get back from this World Cup, this 5 points could be decreased. We've got away at Tottenham, home to Man United, home to West Ham. We all know every game's difficult in the Premier League. Shouts out to everyone on the stream. Now that's just confirmed. We need 2 really good players, and because you know what, imagine 1 or 2 injuries, and we're looking at a top 4 fight again. Sound like a place, a pizza place. I mean, yeah, can't drop last night. The podcast. You tell him. Who's got a pod? What, Camera Hazard? What's going on? I'm baffed. I'm confused again. I gave it like Hazard, my son. Thanks, Huey. Huey, waiting for your appearance. Still with Zed. Yep. Zed, that's the jump stream. Ty, what's good, my brother? We're having everything Arsenal tonight. Yes, it's World Cup. The World Cup is off. Did Qatar score? No, it was 2-0, wasn't it? I do believe Qatar lost 2-0 today. That's as much interest as I had in the start of this World Cup. For me, with no ignorance, no whatever aside, the World Cup starts for me tomorrow on my channel personally. Shouts out to you, Ty, my brother. One thing which helps us this January is we are top of the table, and players will be attracted to our project, which is banging. Well, yeah, this is the thing. And if you read between the lines, allegedly of what Henry was said is, and I know I'm doing a 1+1 and it could be about 2.5 here, it's almost like Henry suggesting that this deal for Christopher Nkunku and Chelsea is far from done, that the price is probably agreed, 58-60 million pound, and why ain't Arsenal involved? For me, that could mean Nkunku spoke to Henry spoke to Nkunku, and Nkunku sort of like put it out there that I want to sign for Arsenal, innit? But I can't say it. I could be very far wrong on that one. But why not? Why not indeed? Then does he ever jump on this stream? I think he has been on here once, as it happens. He has been on here once. I don't know. No, he hasn't. I don't know. No. Yeah. Jesus. I should know, no? I should know, no? Where are we? No, he didn't. Often. Emil Smith Rowe. Be like a new signing after the World Cup. We need him back. Competition for places. Right, so Lee Akers, I think, is basically saying absolutely no way. Yeah, I got you, Hazard, by the way. I got you, bro. There's no need to. I mean, yeah. Guys, I know what Lee Akers feels about this, but yeah, again, just quickly, let's wrap up this one. Let's see what everyone's thinking about this. We've got Ty, Lindos, UEs, Lee Akers, Hazards, Emil Smith Rowe, KT. Huge Arsenal career, playing for their future, or out the club. Let me make this clear again. Emil Smith Rowe, Kieran Tierney. Massive Arsenal futures, playing for their careers, or bang out, they're going out the door as soon as they can, January at the end of the season. Guys, over to you. Of course, I'll answer everything. I just want to see what you guys say. Lee, I do think, Lee, I do think Martinelli will get minutes in the World Cup. So a fresh Emil Smith Rowe will avoid him burning out after the World Cup, ready for the running. Excellent. So I think that's 2 with Emil Smith Rowe goes nowhere, don't talk that stuff. Woo-oo. That's 2 for Emil Smith Rowe. First group 3 games after the World Cup, very tough. Yes, West Ham away to Brighton. And then White Hart Lane. Sorry, West Ham home, Brighton away, Tottenham away, then Man United home. You may as well just say 4 games, Lee Akers. Man United have stitched us up once already, no? They're the only team that have stitched us up. So it's revenge as a MF or another slapdown for us. How can you sign it? I hate Arsenal. Yep. Anyway, sorry. I think it's going to take him time to get back into the pace. You will see the best of him early next season, I reckon, especially the way you have to press. Very interesting. And that's what I mean. See, for me personally, early next season is not quite good enough. I want to be seeing him on fire in January, February, or I'll be thinking early next season, he's already not a part of my plans in this new Arteta going forward project for the club. For the club, he will not. Let me just see myself when I'm saying this. For the club, Arsenal is not going to be good enough for the club. Not for my club. For my club, I want winners. For my club, fit players for my club. Good signings in January for club. World-class signings in the summer for club. This is what I want for club. Simple as club. For the club. Definitely as a what's Gareth going to do tomorrow? If he goes 5 at the back against Iran, I say no more, and I don't watch another England game during this World Cup. If I see 5, I got 5 defenders, ooh, and I'm playing Iran. I got 5 at the back. Cause I think Iran are scary. I got 5 defenders. Ooh, cause I am a gutless G. I got 5. If he does this 5 at the back against Iran, yeah. Nah. No. I shall not by the hairs of my chinny chin cover another game at this World Cup. Not England anyway. I mean, I will not cover another England game. I don't care if they're in the final. It's coming home. It's coming. 5 at the bomber clock back. I don't want to hear it. 5 at the back? No. Impossible. Nothing's coming home. No England. No nothing. Nothing. Note, I say. I don't get how Ramsdale doesn't start. If I'm honest, Pickford is dead. No, he isn't. I've watched a lot of Everton, bros. Everton's a good keeper. Fantastic. Everton is a good keeper. Pickford is a good Pickford is a good goalkeeper. I'm not saying he's better than Ramsdale. I'm saying he gets peppered a lot every week. It's hard to say how a goalkeeper is weighed up, honestly. When you play for Everton and you're not very good, you're going to be peppered every week. So 8.5 out of times when I see Pickford, he's getting peppered every week and he's saving them from disasters, honestly. At Arsenal, you are not peppered. Like, do you know if you could just reverse these 2 goalkeepers' roles? Massively interesting. Guys, do not. Danny, what are you doing? Put Ramsdale at Everton, put Pickford at Arsenal. It would be mad interesting to see, innit? Pickford, would he get a bit like, you know what I mean? You might not see an attack amongst your goal for the first 70 minutes in a Premier League game because Arsenal are a good team. And it has happened this season. Teams haven't peppered Ramsdale. But he still has that habit of conceding goals. Goalkeepers are going to concede goals. We know this. It's the Premier League. What I'm saying is I don't know. I think they're actually a lot closer than people say, though. Like, Pickford is the clear number 1. I think they're bang on very much level. And I'd love to see them reversed for a couple of weeks, just see how they both get on. Pickford at the much better club. And obviously having 1 to 2 saves to game to make. Having to stay alert for 90 minutes when he ain't getting peppered, basically. And don't get my words twisted up, y'all. So basically, yeah, he doesn't get peppered week in, week out. Ramsdale going back to his relegation days when he was getting peppered every week. It'd be interesting to see how he handles that all over again. I'm just talking like theoretically, like a month, you know what I mean? Just for the month of January, Pickford at Arsenal, Ramsdale at Everton, and just see how it cracks on. So for me, I love Ramsdale, and I wish and still probably say yes, he's the better goalkeeper. But in all honesty, from everything I've seen from both goalkeepers, I don't know. And it's only the little margins I'm talking about. Like, I see Pickford, and again, I don't want to talk about it for 15 minutes, but he gets so peppered. I've seen Everton play, and in a 10-minute spell, I've seen him have to pull out 4 blinding saves in 6, 7, 8 minutes. And this was only a few weeks ago. So I get it, innit? I get it. But I love you as always, Yuri. But I get it on this one. See, he's got favourites. Pickford is a favourite. Maguire is a favourite. Mount is a favourite. Kane would be a lot of people's favourite. Straight, that goes right over my head. I don't get Maguire. I don't get Mason Mount. Why isn't Maddison going to be challenging a lot more? Why isn't Jack Grealish going to be challenging more? But we shall see it more of tomorrow. But if we see this geezer pulling off 5 at the back against Iran, I'd like to think so, bruv. So I've been talking about it for about 10, 15 minutes. So if they're not, I'm banging trouble, innit, bruv? Like, I don't know where I've been getting my information from. So yes, I'd like to say. Craig, Hello and how are you? And happy evening to you. Who starts tomorrow? Saka, Ramsdale, White. I was going to say something really funny, but you think I was, of all people, you're going to think I was attacking you this evening. Oh, I want to say it, but I don't want to. I actually did see you on Twitter saying this earlier. I think you said Saka. I'm going to go with what you said, Saka, but you'd go all three. I don't know, bro. See, again, I don't know if you've just heard me talking about the whole. I get the goalkeeping situation. I love Ramsdale, but I totally get it. Do you know what I mean? And it's only because the boy himself, Pickford, is peppered so hard every week. Every week he has to play pretty well for Everton. Obviously, every goalkeeper is going to make mistakes, whereas Ramsdale's made mistakes. Pickford has made a couple of mistakes. I think one that I can remember so far this season. But for the rest of that game, he was still saving their behinds so madly. Craig, good evening. I don't know if any of them are starting tomorrow. I'm hearing Saka is starting. Agent and Yui has sort of been saying this as well. All word is that Saka is starting tomorrow. I don't mind none of them starting, bros. Keep them as fresh as possible for the, I was going to say, World Cup race, for Arsenal's title ambitions. There's another one for Ramsdale. See what I mean? But I get it, though. As I say, I get it. I'm not going to go into it anymore. I get it. Pickford is a great goalkeeper. Ramsdale is a great goalkeeper. It's very hard to choose between any of them. If anything, England are blessed at least. If Pickford was to get injured, he has got a very able and ready-made replacement in Ramsdale. Pope is also a very good goalkeeper, by the way. I feel like another commercial break is coming up. Here is a point still, and also true, to get proper match fitness, you need to start games. And we all know he ain't starting over Gabby. And he also ain't going to start over Eldi, because Eldi is the position he actually prefers to play. Let's not forget, Emile Smith-Rowe is a number 10, guys. He doesn't want to play left wing. He's never looked good for me as a left winger. Lee Akers, I know you love Emile Smith-Rowe. Do you like Emile Smith-Rowe on the left wing, Lee? From when you can remember him playing there? Yeah, tomorrow. I think ESR can still have an impact and be useful to us, especially in the business end of the season. Yes, bros, there's useful, but can he still be starting 11? That's the honest truth, is which I'm asking you right now, Lee Akers. And you know I love you, like absolute cooked food, like good vegetarian, wholesome good food. But does Emile Smith-Rowe, I'm not saying walk into your first 11, but does Emile Smith-Rowe, does Emile Smith-Rowe play, like say in February? Where does he play? Left wing, right wing, or the number 10 position? Akers, answer that one for me, my brother. And everyone else that wants to answer that, please get involved. Well, I think which me and Yui are both agreeing on is we both can't see exactly where ESR is going to play and where he fits into the team. We're not saying he ain't young enough. We're not saying he ain't even good enough. We're just asking, with Vieira and Odegaard currently seemingly to be occupying the number 10 shirt, you've got Martinelli and Saka that ain't going to be moved from the wings, but yes, they need a break. Could he fill in left wing, right wing? Is this what we're saying? He's just going to be backup dancer for the wings when Saka, Martinelli, God forbid, they don't get injured, or they need the rest and come off for the last 20 minutes in a game. For you guys on the stream tonight, what do you see Emile Smith's role in this Arsenal team from January when he comes back into the team? What is his team role in the team? I'll go look next to the picture. Let me have two more draw. Not two draw. I've had two draw people. Two more quick draw. So, guys, where does he fit into the team? I've got no problem with Emile Smith-Rowe sticking around. I love the geezer. I think he's a real G. And seeing recent photographs of him, he looks massively bulked up while he's been out injured. He's looking kind of wench, though. Do you know what I mean? He is looking wench. So, shouts out to him. And he seems to have spent a lot of his time, if you ask me, in the gym because he's looking wench, though. Super. Absolutely super. Is it time to move Emile Smith-Rowe on? I don't know, and I'm not saying that just yet. What I'm saying is if 40 million quid come in for him, I think it'll be difficult to turn down, especially if you want Mudryk, etc. If you want to put it a different way, bro, if you're telling me we're going to sign Mudryk, Emile Smith-Rowe probably can go for me at this moment, as disturbing as it sounds. I don't know. if you're gonna right, let me put it like this: if you could like drag in 50 quid for Mari, sell Lakonga, sell who else should be surplus to requirements. Lakonga should really be gone. Holding really ASAP should be gone. Do you know what I mean? You start rounding up these guys, bros. We should be getting a Christopher Nkunku and a Mikhailo Mudryk. Do you know what I mean? Whichever way we say. Tierney and Emil Smith-Rowe. If you had to sell them to improve the squad massively, I would obviously get down to that as well. I don't give a damn who you are. Whether your name is Braveheart Scotland, you see what I mean? I'll drive you back to Scotland yourself. You ken what I mean? I'll get on the motorway and I'll drive you myself, boy. Give me £25 million. Emil Smith-Rowe, you're going to have to talk a bit more money than £25 million to make me start thinking, in fact, yes, I would sell you. But if someone come along, like Wolverhampton, Villa, you fancy giving me 45 million for £45 million for Emil Smith-Rowe, I'll consider jumping in my motor and driving him there myself. I'm being serious because I want that 45 million to go straight towards shutting up all these fools over at Shakhtar and get that deal done for my boy Mikhailo. And then I want us to zip back over to London, have a covered English chart, Rosie Lee, back on the plane, go and secure a career of Christopher Nkunku. Do you know what I mean? While getting out some of these guys that are not as needed as much as certain gooners think. Possibly. I go Tillemans over Danilo, by the way. Do you know what? Balls to it. He's played in the Premier League. He is a bit lazy, but you know what? He'll have to run and pass and press and do it all. Because if he doesn't, he's a non-existent player at Arsenal. Granit Xhaka, Thomas Partey will never be shaken by his overall aura or his willingness to get them out of the team. So, squad player, yes, Tillemans. Starter, don't know. We'll probably get minutes in the under 23s, which is okay, but not at this level. No. What do you mean under 23? He's got 1 or 2 games, a bit of sharpness. Do you know what I mean, bros? But then what? If he starts getting up to the pace, hitting form from around March, April, injuries are inevitable, so we might need him to step up. That is also very true. And imagine selling him. But I'm only saying selling, bros. And Christopher Nkunku and Mudryk are around. So if you're going to have Mikhailo and Mudryk, bros, injuries are inevitable, but with a Christopher Nkunku loaded at the whip, you know what I mean? He could play, for me, Christopher Nkunku can play anywhere across the front three. For me, Mudryk is comfortable anywhere, not as a striker front three, but anywhere from number 10, left or right. Preferably left. I think he'll smash it. Premier League number 10 role as well. I think Mudryk is very talented, very fast, can take on a player, and he's got 2 very good feet. Do you know what I mean? Yes, he's left-footed, but he can bang him on his right as well. Absolutely no problem at all. Apparently, Mount starts because Maddison is injured. I would have started Foden. Most definitely, bros. I don't get it with Mount, and it's nothing to do with Chelsea. I don't get it with why Mount is absolutely nailed on every single time to play for England. I don't get it. If moving on Emil Smith means we get Nkunku or Mudryk, I'll drive him to Calais and ship him straight back. Exactly, bros. That's what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that Emil Smith-Rowe goes in, we sell him, bros, and on any sticks around to fill in for him. No, none of this talk, bros. None of this old Arsenal talk, or on any will just do. Seriously, with all respect to on any. None of it. I'm only talking if Mikhailo Mudryk and Christopher Nkunku are both Arsenal players. I would happily say, bye-bye, farewell, and have a wonderful career. Goodbye. Farewell, because Christopher Nkunku can do everything Emil Smith-Rowe can do, I'm afraid to say, and also so can Mikhailo Mudryk. So Mikhailo Mudryk's 21. He's probably just slightly younger than Emil Smith-Rowe as well. So the age thing, it all works for me, I'm afraid to say. Great. How's it going, darling? Emil Smith-Rowe is too good to be wasting away in the under-23s. Most definitely. Totally agreed. Just need to get him match fit. But if he does it and then comes in and starts murking pretty much immediately, I've got no problem with him sticking around for the next 10 seasons. All I'm saying is, bros, I wonder where Arteta is going to play him. For me, before he got injured, I was already saying I'm not seeing where he fits in with Arteta these days. I've been saying it for a while before the injury. Especially, and Lee, come on, if you remember correctly, since we signed Vieira, I've been asking about Emil Smith-Rowe's future minutes at Arsenal. If you remember, Lee Akers, honestly, I've been saying it since Vieira signed. So it's nothing to do with this injury and coming back up to speed and match fitness. I'm talking when Vieira first signed for the club. One of my very first questions was, for me, people are saying right winger. For me, he looks like more of a number 10. It is going to be number 10 or right wing. Because I remember having this debate with Hank Yumi, which I was, again, always proved right because he played his first game for Arsenal, in fact, on the right wing, which I said to Hank Yumi he'll play right wing. I goes, but eventually I feel he's a number 10. I feel he's a bit, whether it's lightweight, I don't know. I feel we could ping around in the middle of midfield and get away with shit. I don't know. Is that the first time I saw one today? 45 minutes in. Screw yeah, exactly, bro. And Tammy Abraham and Ivan Tony. I know tomorrow Mount starting and Maguire will start tomorrow. Most definitely, bros. That's what I mean. And probably 5 at the back, bros. And they'll win a 79th minute goal, Kane, a penalty, or it'll flick off his arm. It'll go in. Wonderful. 1-0 England. It's not enough to scare the whole world, isn't it? A 1-0 win over Iran or something. Do you know what I mean? That's what I can honestly see coming up tomorrow. England 1, Iran 0. That's what I can see tomorrow. 1-0. Kane getting, do you know what I mean? A couple of half chances and banging one of them in. Journey is too overrated, just like the COVID jab. It's a myth, bro. Zinchenko pisses over him. Mel Smith, bro, has injury issue. Has injury issue. Scores goals, but we can get 50 million for him for better players. This is what I'm saying. Like, I don't know if we can quite get 50s for him, but yeah, the more the merrier. And I'm subscribing to that, bro. So Yui, I am with you. I think Hazard and Lee Akers are not with us. So it's 2-2 at the moment. Cam, which way are you going? Are you jumping? And it's not sides, obviously. Are you Hazard and Akers? You keep the Tierney, you keep the Emil Smith Rowe, or are you Danny Yui? Everyone can go. Give me McCallum Woodruff, give me Christopher and Cuckoo, please. Cam, you could decide this argument. Mr. Khan, you could be the decider, not of this argument, of this small debate. Tierney is a better defender than Zinchenko, though. Ever so slightly. The overall footballer, though, I prefer Zinchenko. We seem a better team when Zinchenko plays, bros, and that's just not me. Do you know what I mean? I don't know, bros. I love Tierney, but I don't know. And then when he didn't come on the other day, and Zinni could have went midfield, and I don't know, like it's just, I'm just saying what I'm seeing, Lee. I'm saying what I'm seeing. I'm seeing him not really getting the minutes I thought he would, and yeah, I don't know. Imagine being so poor of a manager that he started Maguire. Bubs, I don't get it. Exactly. Southgate's a mug where Maguire is concerned. Exactly. Cam is replying to that, so he could be. I wonder what Cam's final answer would be then, because he's gone with Leon Tierney most definitely. Tierney is a better defender than Tomiyasu. Tomiyasu starts ahead of Zinchenko. Is better in our system. COVID jab should sign for Villa. COVID jab. Oh God, I love you, Yui. You have got to be the funniest human being in the world, Rose. Oh God, COVID jab should in fact go and sign for Leicester or Villa. Oh man. What about West Ham? West Ham? COVID jab. COVID jab. Brilliant. Yui is correct, I'm afraid. KT is potentially elite and a better defender than Zinni. Ooh. Definitely 2-2. So which way is Cam going? Dun, 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 dun. Cam. England have better options for centre back than Maguire. Most definitely. Reason why Tommy starts ahead is because of the W. Moving into midfield thing, Yui. What about the whole left back Tomiyasu over Tierney then? Liverpool. What about that? He isn't better than Tomiyasu in the great opinion of Lego Man in football, guys. You play your best players down to the system you play. Zinchenko's made for our system. I do get that. I still also get that he isn't the world's greatest defender, though, Yui. But I get that he does fit into our system going forward. The way we play football, the way you kind of press a guy, that kind of massively high energy level. I get that. Totally, Yui. You're getting me thinking about Tierney now. I'm still going back to Liverpool. Why would then a right back come centre back, start at left back ahead of your backup left back? Like, I just think the writing's on the wall for Katie. That's all. Guys, I'm going to be out of the building in about 10-15 minutes. So let's get all the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. And all real ones, please leave the likes on the video. England need a back four against Iran, not a back three. Add Zach Lee. Like, absolutely overly exactly, bros. And if I see five at the back, seriously, because I don't care if you call it three at the back with two wing backs. For me, it's five at the back. If I see five at the back, I don't know, England are boring. Linda, it's not going nowhere. It's not going in the backyard. It's not going in the bin. It might be going in the bin. They're not winning nothing. Italy was a good example of that. Like, Italy ain't scored in about 100 games. Do you know what I mean? But they beat England. In fact, they didn't even have a shot on goal against England, but they still beat England. They're not even at the World Cup. And they beat England. Mi grande mi cazzo, porco dio. Yui, you have a point. But I do at times feel that Lego Man rejects the really good artistry of an overlapping fullback against Wolves, for example. It would have been added so much more. UE, as a defender, Katie is better. I know what you mean. Indeed. Good point, Hazard. That's where Ben White is really excelling. How he makes those overlapping runs. What fucking... Oh, I've sworn again. That's you, Hazard. This. You talk about me being right out Saliba's cake hole, innit? Seriously, bros. Would you... You and behind George... Oh, God. It wasn't even Hazard that said it. I take it all back. It's Lieka saying it. Bros. I don't know. Good point, Hazard. That's where Ben White is really excelling as he makes those overlapping runs. I don't like Ben White's overlapping runs. We need a right back that's a right back that makes proper overlapping runs. Ben White's cool, isn't it? Put him back in the central defence to fight with Gabriel Magalhaes and William Saliba. That's my best shout for Ben White. Are we still debating on the channel if we are better as a team as Zinchenko or COVID job starts? Come on, guys. Let the love fest go. Stop sucking COVID off. Arteta made the right call. Tommy left back against Liverpool. Why, though? Why did he make the right call? Because obviously Tommy played well. That's hindsight. And I'm not starting on Newley. I'm just saying that's hindsight. For me, it wasn't the right decision at 3:15 or 12 or whatever time the game kicked off. Do you know what I mean? 4:45. I wasn't so sure. I don't know, man. I don't know. Brothers, you've got to play your left backs. Like left backs, right backs. I believe very much in that as well. I'm going to keep them both, Yui. I'd not sell KT. However, Lee, whenever we play Tommy at left back since that game, it hasn't worked. Exactly. It was a once-off, bros. Tommy come in with one thing in mind. Today, I'm stopping Salah. And literally, yeah, his overall attitude and personality got him through, innit? And Salah not been 100% of the races. Let's be quite honest. Why do you think he's done that, Lee? Because Tommy is a better defender than COVID job. Overall, isn't it? Yeah, that's what it does mean. Because he put him in there to be a stern defender. None of this overlapping, running forward, and none of that, innit? Ben White as a defender against Liverpool. None of this overlapping and talking about going forward. Yes, I get it, Yui. I get it. I totally get it, bros. Guys, please hit the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. About 10-15 minutes left, as I've said. I'm clearly taking a very, very, very brief and quick commercial break, as you all know. I'm sure you're all clued up enough to know that I'm taking a quick commercial break, you know. But yeah, as I'm saying, it's nothing personal with Emil Smith Rowe or Katie. I'm saying, for example, if you deliver me better players than them guys, I'm more than happy to see them go out the door. That's all I'm saying. If you're bringing me Mikhailo Mudryk, Christopher Nkunku, and you're going to sort out like Grimaldo as a backup left back or something else in the summer, yes, I'm down, guys. I'm more than down. AdSense, YouTube, you're going to let this video have ads today? Pretty please. There was what about what I was going on? Hold on. That was what I was going on about. Going back to Hazard, exactly. I was saying at the time, but most of the goals we conceded thereafter word who so say. Zinchenko is back now. Lads, so COVID will be sitting next to the season ticket holders. I thought, he'll be sitting next to Rob Holding, Tommy's side. But like as I said, you do need your IB to the right back making overlapping runs, which you don't get from Tommy. You don't get it from Tommy, but I don't think it's anything that great. I don't think Ben White is serving it up that wonderful, dog. I don't like it. I thought Mosman looked better playing more centrally. Exactly. So I'm a bit far behind in my comments. Exactly. That's exactly what I thought, Lee. And I'm a bit behind in my comments, obviously, because I know I asked that a little while. If Tommy does that better than COVID Jav, that means he's a better footballer. Tommy also a better defender. Tommy is a better. Tommy just can't get forward, and sometimes, do you know what? This is why I think Tommy is probably a better centre back. But we've got centre backs at the moment because Tommy doesn't like getting forward. He's not good at it. So just yeah. But you, as Lee says, you need to have other tactics options. When teams begin to figure out, we need to change it up. That's when KT is a weapon. Perhaps. Guattari really poor. Andy Carroll would have broken Cruz's record in 45 minutes. Yeah, I have to say, other than the Liverpool game, Tommy looked out of place in most of the games he was playing at left back. He most definitely did for me. He came in with one intention. Today I'm stopping Salah. That was it. And he absolutely did. And bugging on COVID jab. We have to agree to disagree. Bang! I love it. That's what I have to do sometimes, Yui. It's just agree to disagree. That's it. Done. You know what I mean? As you could be right. My phone is giving it. Your phone is right. But who does the great Lego man still persist with Tommy Yasu, the right back, cover over left back? Exactly. Like if the same scenario was to happen again, I could see the same thing happening again. So yeah. Little smart ass little. That's no one on this stream, by the way. Little sucker, you. Don't worry, I'll soon see to that. Anyway, as a big fan, as I am of Emil Smith Rowe, his future probably does lie elsewhere. Wow. And now we're hurt because he's one of our own. So then, bros, well, then it literally is down swing, bros. He's got between January and the end of the season to sort things out, innit? To make sure Vieira's a thing of the past. They might sell Vieira then. Plus, if he wants to come back and he wants to ball properly, you got to get Vieira out the club. I'm saying there's not too much room for all of these same sort of players. Patino's out on loan. We can't be giving him a deal if there's Emil Smith Rowe, Odegaard, Vieira all banging around in the same position. Would you want to give Patino a new deal for them? This is what I'm kind of saying, Lee. Do you know what I mean? I know you get it. Do you know what I mean? I know you get it, man. I know you get it. But yeah, you're acknowledging that, definitely. And I'm still only talking, bros. You're not doing that to serve me up El Neni. You're doing that to serve me up Mikhailo Mudryk and Christopher Nkunku, bros. Or I don't want to do it. Nothing like it. Or players of like quality, I'm saying. Excuse me. Let me be real with you, man, on Mudryk. We're on it. We are having a challenging season. Mudryk, as much as he's class, won't hit the ground running. How do you know, bruvs? How do you know? Arshavin wasn't too bad when he first just breezed into the club, bruvs, from Zenit St. Petersburg. I'm going to compare them two boys. I don't know, bros. I liked Arshavin immediately. I think Arshavin's changed up a couple of bits and offered Arsenal a lot more, absolutely, immediately. Immediately, bros. Bros, the boy, if he's got enough desire and if he's got a big enough pair of balls, bros, he'll be all right, innit? And Kruku looks for a risk. Zaha slips straight on. Like he ain't even bareback him. There you go. So Lee, Lee, this is exclusively for me and you then. Would me and you have, and we're selling nobody, Lee. We're selling no one. So rest assured, KT stays at the moment. Emil Smith Rowe stays at the moment. But if in January we were served up Christopher and Cuckoo to play a striker and Zaha to play as a winger, how would you feel about that? Like, I think attacking, front three wise, we're grand going forward. If you're a we're absolutely fantastic. We're grand. We're grand. So, Jesus and Nkuku fighting up front. And Zaha fighting left and right wing with both Emil Smith, perhaps Emil Smith Rowe, but mainly Saka and Martinelli. Have all four of them. I think we've got a fair chance of winning the league. You have to hope and pray, though, nothing happens to Partey and Xhaka, because anywhere with them two getting injured becomes a deal breaker, because we haven't got much in the central midfield. Lokonga. Then again, you might be thanking Oneni stars, isn't it? Just because Oneni might just come in and do a firm Tomiyasu job, Salah style, and just slot into where Partey, because Partey's the most inevitable guy to get injured, and slot into where Partey is, and just play as a defensive midfielder strictly, and just snap people's ankles. Who knows? I would rather Oneni come in than Lokonga if it comes. Ideally, I'd like a central midfielder as well. Do you know what I mean? If it is Danilo, then if it is Tillemans, whatever. But I would love Zaha and Nkuku. That sounds quite interesting. That slights me, make me sleep tonight thinking maybe we don't need Mikhailo. Mudrak, Mikhailo. Mudrak. Guys, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if we is new. And if we get Emil Smith Rowe fit, he knows the league and it will impact on our league title challenge. He's more in a more effective way. Do you know what? It could be true, bro. So that's what I'm saying then. So let's not drop what me and Yui are saying. Let's then, can we try and agree on this? Emil Smith Rowe has got 6 months to shut me up and Yui up, and then do you know what? We'll take it from the end of the season and where we finish in it. And I'm not saying the league title depends on Emil Smith Rowe's shoulders, but we'll see the minutes. We'll see the games, the goals ratio. We'll see how he's getting on. If he's a starter, if he's a backup dancer, blah, 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 etc. I love him as a backup dancer anyway. I was just saying, theoretically, bring me in Kuku and blah, blah, blah. And I'm happy to let certain people go. That was the only bit of what I was saying. Zaha, you know my thoughts, Yui. If we sign him in January, I say he scores the goal, which could get us the league title. There you go. So I don't think we're going to score less goals with Zaha and Nkuku. I don't think Nkuku will stop us scoring goals either. Just saying. Trossard hit the ground running. Interesting. He's definitely going to wait to the end of the season, though, bros. He's 27. He's never had a mad big move. So he's going to be very calculated and wait till he sits down and looks at every offer. That's my feeling, bros. That can easily get done at the end of the season. I'm just saying, at this moment, I don't think that's it. I personally don't think that's a January deal. But Trossard will hit the ground running. Still want him at Arsenal. He's enough Premier League experience and could go straight in. Interesting. Was that Nketiah playing for Qatar? That sort of miss? Wow. Who knows, bribes? I heard Lokonga and Tierney might have made a couple of appearances today for Qatar. I love Trossard. Only problem is Harry Potter probably wants him too if he doesn't get sacked first. This is the thing. There's all these not Potter, but the guy, Tom Bowley, whatever his name is, he's had this little love fest to get Cristiano Ronaldo to Chelsea. And you know what? There's no time like the present. The boy's about to be unattached from football class. But obviously, Man United, guys, my charger, my battery, my laptop's about to die. Hold on. So yeah, charger's in now, no panic. What was I saying? I have no idea what I was saying. Let me read the comment. Yeah, and Potter could get sacked. Like, I reckon Potter does want Christopher Nkuku, but could Chelsea go and sign Christopher Nkuku? What if a deal, even if it was short term, like 6 months, comes up for Cristiano Ronaldo to go to Chelsea? I could actually see this one happening. Do you know why? Because Tom Bowley, when he first came to Chelsea, I remember a few quotes surrounding this. He wanted exciting players. When they were saying, like, who's exciting players? And he actually named Cristiano Ronaldo. Like, what do you mean exciting players? Like, he went, do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, that was inexperience for him saying that you should never mention clubs or names of people that are at other teams, etc. But yeah, he pretty much famously did say, I'd like Cristiano Ronaldo at Chelsea. Do you know what I mean? Something's come up on my phone. Fabio, I don't want that going on my phone. Shut up. Something Fabrizio Romano's confirming something, and it's got an Arsenal badge on it. So I wonder what Fabrizio Romano is saying. Something's come up on my phone. I'll look at that in a minute, guys. I'm almost about to jump out of the stream. Fabrizio Romano confirmed Arsenal. It's just going to, what, interesting, Mudrak? I don't know. Fabrizio Romano's opened his mouth, people. There you go. I've definitely given that one to you first. Whatever he's basically said is smacking up on my computer. It's jumping up on my phone. Fabrizio Romano has said something to do with Arsenal Football Club. Should I go and try and chase it real quick? I'll have to put my phone on silent. Let me do it. Where's it gone? Oh, man. No, I'm not going to find it. Do you know what? It's gone. I can't click it on my laptop when I'm live. Who's going to have a 0-0 draw? We are indeed, but you know, more money does the talking. From where? Have they? Have they? Have they now? Have they now? No, has a. It's back in time. Oh god, here she goes now. Right, I agree with them, Craig. Their country, their rules, bro. There you go. Some people think it's weird for men to dress as women, which happens over here. Not in Qatar, bros. Yep, no chichi man allowed. Oh god, I shouldn't even said it, but yeah, I totally get the point. So yeah, basically, do you know what? I'm gonna put it in a different way. If people want to go to the World Cup, like, is it to watch football or drink beer? So beer you can get back in England, bruv. I don't know why people are sweating about it or screaming, why is it £12 and £19 a pint? I get it. If I wanted to drink beer, I might be upset as well. But if I was going to Qatar, I'm going to watch football, man. So I don't know why everyone's screaming about certain things. So I'm going to give it the beer subject, but I have my views on other things. But yeah, beer, so what if you can't drink at the stadiums? I don't care. Just for a minute, guys. Shavin, good point, Danny. Exactly, bros. He did not need minutes to come into this. Do you know what I mean? He might have been a few years older than Mikhailo Mudrak, but so what, guys? So what? I subscribe with Mikhailo Mudrak. But Christopher Nkunku would take the pain away if we didn't sign him, of course. How much money does Pizzo also get us if we flog him? Emil Smith Rowe and who? Oh, yeah. I reckon £60 million. And I still think some teams out there would have a bargain. But I do believe current climate, they can easily get 60. I'd like 65s. 65 to the pair. Wasn't I having a bit more older? He certainly was. I've just said that. Yes, he certainly was. But so what? I think he was about 25 at the time he came to Arsenal. Possibly 26, 25, 26. Age is nothing but a number. And Mikhailo Mudrak's probably better than Arshavin anyway. Arshavin 4 goals at Anfield. Never forget it, bros. Never forget it. Alexander Kleb was quality for us. He certainly was. He couldn't really hit the ball, though. Every time he hit the ball, it looked like he dribbled everyone so deeply, he had no energy to hit the ball. So when he hit the ball, and it would roll it on the floor to the goalkeeper. What was up with that? Was he just really good, like, in banging the ball towards the goalkeeper? Every time he got himself into their wonderful positions, he would twist, he would turn, he would twist the guy, turn the guy, twist. And then when the shot would come, along the floor. And he was still roll across the floor. He scored a couple of bangers, though. And Kleb was a brilliant, technically a wonderful player. If he could have added goals to that, he would have been unbelievable. Overmars and Lundberg, unbelievable. But for me, I don't know what that noise. 10-4. He didn't score enough goals for me. Not for the positions he used to get himself into. He used to work himself into the most unbelievable positions, and then across the floor, just roll it along the floor. It's like he had no power on his leg. He could twist and twine and pass the ball and mug a guy off for days. But when it comes to hitting the ball towards, that's all I can say. Whatever that noise is, that's what he done. You probably understands what that noise means. It's not quite a bear, but that's what Kleb done when he was about to left or right foot hit the ball towards. He had no power in his legs, man. I don't know. It's like he had no leg muscles. I don't know. The most glorious of footballer, but then now it's time to hit. Like, you couldn't hit a corner. Imagine trying to get it right, get the power in his leg to send the free kick or a corner. It's not going to happen. He couldn't take a free kick or a corner either. But he just didn't have the power in his leg. Maybe he just, that's it. I don't know. I can't hit the ball hard, but you know what? But I can do this. Ooh, why is the Hats back? Dun dun dun. The debate rumbles on. Shouts out to Big Ted. The debate rumbles. Why is the Hats back? Did I actually say that? Did I actually say that? Why is the Hats back? Oh shit. I absolutely love it. Oh damn, why is the Hats back? The Hats are back. It's bear hat time, bareback time. Bear hat time. Bear hat time. Bear hat time. Bear hat. Sounds like my friend from school. Bear hat. Bear hat. Oh, Danny. He has a point, is supposed to sit on the fence. Does our Craig. Well, hold on, what did I miss? Whoa. I've missed a few things after Alexander Klev. All right, cool. All right, Big Ted says, I need more Arsenal stuff on the wall. Take the hats down. You've got to get more Arsenal stuff, more pictures of Arsenal. And then a picture that says Danny AFC TV, I think, with a YouTube sign. I think that's exactly what Big Ted is saying. Absolutely shouts out to Big Ted. Real one. If you want a drink, hold on. Whoa. Hold on. Whoa. I need to get what was going on. Craig, do you agree? Harry Kane? Yeah. No. Interesting question. It's not for me, clearly, so I'm not answering it. If you want a drink, go to the Stag and Hound in London and have a Stella, bruvs. That's exactly. You know what? Exactly. The people screaming up like, why would you go to Qatar if drinking beer is one of the priorities on your brain? Pretty much knowingly, you're going to be charged an arm and a leg literally for it, and only establishments that will be allowed to sell you this liquor. So you knowingly bought your World Cup tickets, man. And you know what? If you're, I'm not going to say what I'm thinking. Like, if you're anyone else, do you know what I mean? And certain things don't run in that country. Do you know what I mean? Why are you there? Why are you there? I'm going to be arrested. So why did you do X, Y, and Z? Knowing that this just don't happen in this country. Do you know what I mean? They don't know about this in this country. And if they do know about it, it's Katnar time. Katnar. Oh, man. On them notes and bombshells, seriously. Katnar. Oh, why would you do it? Like, just, and then you want to scream, it's bang out of order. Well, the country ain't going to put their religion and their belief on hold for 4 weeks, innit? Okay, the country is hosting the World Cup. I get it. A bit of leeway and give and take. But you know what? There is certain things that I could say that I wouldn't really, I don't want to get into it, but I wouldn't give and take on either. I'm not giving and taking on certain things, bruvs. That's it. And the real ones probably know exactly what. I don't want to see certain things. And regarding alcohol, ain't life a MF, innit? Ain't it a mother flipper, you know what I mean? I'm sure there's one place in Qatar that you can go out, drink your Stella, bang them down before the game, and then go to the stadium, innit? Like, I don't know what to say. And just don't be legless and stupid on the way, innit? And I'm sure you're probably still going to have equally as a good as time. I don't know what to say, innit? But on these bombshells, World Cup Daily will be out tomorrow. I'm not going to do it before the England game. I'm going to have a right laugh at England if they do absolutely mess up tomorrow. So World Cup Daily will be out about 3 p.m. tomorrow. That is a guarantee. So guys, please look out for World Cup Daily. It will be out sharpish after the England game. So I'll be covering the England game, watch along. So guys, please be in the building for the watch along tomorrow about 1 p.m. or 12:40. I'll confirm the time very shortly. I'll put up the stream actually tonight. England versus Iran, live watch along, Danny AFC TV. Please get in the building. It could be a right laugh, innit? Especially if certain things happen. It could be hilarious. In fact, it could be one of the funniest streams ever. I'm not gonna lie, if Iran won, I'll buckle off this chair. Look at Kane's face. England 0, Iran 2. What is going on? Paul Merson, over to you. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, it could be hilarious. So, guys, click the likes, get the like on the video. Do be subscribing if we're new. England, Iran, live watch along tomorrow. Danny AFC TV. The real ones didn't speak, so I'm going to make up my own mind whether it is Holland versus Senegal or Wales versus USA in the evening. I'll cover 2 games because Tuesday I won't be in the building. There will be a World Cup daily on Tuesday, and I might cover an afternoon game, but in the evening I'm watching hopefully Anwari and Arsenal's under 21s away at Stevenage. That sounds like pots. Dedication. That's dedication. Stevenage FC versus. It's some cup, isn't it? So Stevenage's first team. I'm sure you know Stevenage, just normal standard Stevenage versus Arsenal under 21 in some cup. And if it is a draw, I think it goes penalties. So do you know what? I'm already praying for penalties, but I'll have to sit through another grueling half an hour if it's boring. But if it works out to be a penalty shootout at the end, I'll spark a zoo and then just run out of the stadium if Arsenal win on penalties and give it. Go on, Arsenal, fully down. I'm in the away end as well. I don't know if how much detail you can see on said match day ticket, but that there is enthusiasm. It is Stevenage versus Arsenal under 21s on Tuesday. So I can't cover the France game and William Saliba on his conquests to win the World Cup 2022 in Qatar. But yeah, guys, on these bombshells, it is time for me to leave the building because you're going to see me pretty much very regular, very consistently all over YouTube for the next 3.5 weeks. I'm covering the World Cup. I'm going in World Cup daily every day and then game of the day, if not 2 games of the day. Certain days I've actually seen, I've been looking at the fixtures a little bit closer. Certain days there is 4 games. I'm not going to cover 4 games, but I'll probably go for 2. You know, I'm enthusiastic out here. Why don't you ask Qatar instead of me? That's quite good. I like that. Go on, Craig. I like that. Why are you asking me? Absolutely beautiful. He has a point. He wants to sit on the fence. Oh, now I get that, and that's why I went backwards. Brilliant, fantastic, guys. Oh, you guys do me jokes. Superb, superb, superb. I'm just curious for your views. You're happy to discuss Arsenal from 60. Don't make me take a commercial break and come back, guys. Come on, come on. We're having a banner-free evening. We're having a banner-free one. All I can say is it's not coming on. Absolutely brilliant, guys. Okay, we'll be sacked after this World Cup. Scott Parker's incoming. Wow. Wow, wouldn't that be an England thing to do? No, seriously, Scott Parker. Has anyone told you this? Has this been said? Has this been banded around the media? Are you taking the complete piss? Because that's incredible. Are you taking the complete piss? Great, do you play it over? Oh gosh. Oh gosh, I'm sure he doesn't. He's a happily married man. What's going on out here? I presume he's happily married. He's married. I presume it's happily. I presume it's happily. Type in. I was going to cut out before you replied, but I'd never be such a bad sport. So I'm going to turn around and take 2 cheeky ones. Guys, I've got a World Cup chart on the board here that spells everything out to me. So I'm going to read it. It's literally sitting right there. It's in front of my face like, huh. I could turn the camera like, should I turn the camera on? I've literally got a World Cup chart. So oh yes, you can see the chart. The chart is there, right? So I want to be kept abreast, like squeezing the bareback in the breasts. Talking of barebacking. Oh. Anyway, let me not be craven. Guys, please be getting the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. 1 hour, 20 minutes in again. It is time to go very quickly. I'm going to jump into a couple of points of today. Saliba's friend has been talking. I will chase this up more tonight and tomorrow. Starting to the effect of Saliba is the lowest paid player at Arsenal, 40 grand a week. Ben White earns 145 grand a week. Jack Grealish, 65 million pound Arsenal target in the summer. Pep Guardiola, word on road is he's done with Jack Grealish. He's got 3 years left of his deal. But Man City will be willing at the end of the season to cut their losses at 65 million. Toulouse's 19-year-old midfielder Faris Chabi, likened to Riyad Mahrez, young Algerian kid. As I said, I don't know much about him. He plays for Toulouse in France. Bang, linked with a move to Arsenal in January. Marcus Thuram has been linked with Arsenal, Tottenham, Liverpool, etc. Barcelona, Borussia Dortmund, Bayern Munich have even took a look at him. Inter Milan. The price is £8.7 million. He's got 6 months left on his contract, guys. Lilian Thuram's son, yes or no? Real ones. What do you think? Could that be adequate striker competition for Gabriel Jesus from January to the end of the season? Mudrak is the main man. Arsenal's main target, £52 million, seems to be the ceiling at what Arsenal will go to for Mudrak, according to sources today. Martinelli and Saka's deals are pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered, or very close. Where is William Saliba's? William Saliba, release him, give him the deal, give him 150, give him 200 grand a week, strap him up to a 6-7 year deal. Do what you got to do, Arsenal. He's literally one of the best defenders in the world. He is on his way to being the best. I recognize that number. Who are you? Who is it? Is a friend of mine. Who is it? Arsenal want Man United winger 18, Alejandro Garnacho. He's got a contract to 225. He's on £5,000 a week at Old Trafford. Man United are allegedly about to offer him 50 grand a week. But with him apparently turning up to training late a couple of times, having an overall bad attitude, people secretly inside Old Trafford don't even want Alejandro Garnacho to be blowing there. But he's looking good. He's 18. It's difficult to see what the truth is going on with this guy. But Alejandro Garnacho, this is definitely something to keep an eye on. Arsenal and Chelsea monitoring the 18-year-old Manchester United winger's contract situation. Arsenal have been linked with a summer move for Tammy Abraham. Allow it. Denzel Dumfries, Arsenal still lurking, along with Chelsea as well. Allegedly, £35 million offers could be offered. Someone told me today Arsenal want 3 signings in the January window, but I was surprised when he told me the positions. He said they're going definitely all out, bruv, for a right back, a centre mid, and a winger. Well, you said centre mid with a winger the whole time. It ain't a striker, it's a right back they want. Guys, that pretty much concludes the Arsenal news for today. Where did you get that chart? That's just out of a newspaper, mate. That was just a straight newspaper chart from a national newspaper on Saturday. I was delighted. You just open it and just put it out in the middle and you walk off. Do you know what I mean? And then just pretend you're just reading the chart for a minute while you're doing your shopping. It was in a national newspaper. It wasn't. I actually happened to Friday night when I'm lying in bed. I'm like, no, I'm lying. It was on the group. It was put on the group. And I was like, right, I'll be having a bit of that newspaper tomorrow. Bam, bam, bam. Shouts out to Cam and Gemma. 100 on that one. Gemma and Cam and Gemma. Yeah, they told me. From a national newspaper. Dun, dun, dun. I'm out of England. Hold on. I'm out like England will be in the quarterfinals. Bros, shouts out to everyone. Do get the likes on the video. Good night, Craig. Peace be with you, my brother. Can you in and out more than COVID chat, bros? Craig. I know, guys, but on that bombshell, it is almost time. Boy, it is time for me to go. Please be getting the likes on the video. I will now go to monetize this video. As always, YouTube or AdSense, whoever is doing the blocking here, they will allow ads for about an hour, then it could be took off. But we shall see. We hope. Let's hope I've been a good boy today. Let's hope I haven't clicked any messages that YouTube or AdSense ain't going to get in their feelings about. I'm trying to work it out. Is it blazing? Is it swearing? Is it my overall FU personality? I don't know. But guys, thank you for all being here again. It has been emotional. It has been wonderful. Shouts out to UE, my Superman, my superhero. UE. Gonna have to get the Mario back on the stream, innit? UE. Shouts out to Cam, to Craig, to Gemma, especially on the wall chart. Shouts out to Linda, to Hazard, to Hank Yumi, to Lung Burkamp, to Glenn, to Easy, to Hussein Juma, To all the real ones, I can't remember who else has been in the stream, but shouts out to you all. You are all the superstars. Seriously, main people have been commenting tonight though. Cam, Craig, and of course you, E, and Hazard, the superstars. Lee Akers, of course. Lee Akers. Tyler as well. Tyler, my real G, my brother from another mother. Shouts out to, just shouts out to all of you. Innit? I can't remember everyone, man. I don't smoke no more, but I vape way too much to remember, innit? That's what I'm going to say, real talk. But I've almost got myself through to another hour and a half stream. So, yes, we're going to go to AdSense and the YouTube monetization people now and see if they will, in fact, put ads on my video. So, guys, on that note, please get the likes on the video. Do be subscribing if you're new. If you happen to see an ad, go and kiss it and go watch it again or something to go get the ad played, innit? These people are trying my patience, innit? So, I'm going to have to keep trying theirs back in return. Most definitely. It's the only thing that Danny AFC TV can do, innit? You want to try my patience? I would damn try yours back just as hard, innit? Go out YouTube, go out AdSense, go out with the real ones. I'll see you tomorrow, 1 o'clock, lively in the building. England versus Iran, y'all. This one could be a classic. Brap. Good night, people. Yo, England, Iran tomorrow.